Okay, so today's video is going to be a little different, but I need to get this out. I need to get this off my chest. Today we're going to be talking about the real problem with Call of Duty. And it is kind of a new issue, but I feel like Season 4 has just made it even more obvious, and we just can't beat around the bush anymore. So we're going to be talking about that. Before we dolphin dive into the main topic, the real issue with Call of Duty, I do really quickly want to talk about some of the other issues that I've noticed with Season 4 ever since it came out. One of the most common issues we're seeing, which seems to be plaguing basically every single mode in the game, is this level 1 glitch, where when you go to look for a multiplayer match, basically everyone in the game, it just says that they're a level 1. It's not showing their actual prestige or their rank. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories that this is being done on purpose to try to like hide skill-based matchmaking from us, so that way we don't know who we're playing up against. But they did actually confirm today that it is a bug and that they're aware of it and that they're going to address it at some point. But what's even weirder about Season 4 is that they kind of took it a step further. Like, we already had this level 1 glitch and bug or whatever happening with Season 3 Reloaded, but on top of that one happening as well, people also noticed that there was this other glitch where it's just not even showing the person's level at all. It doesn't show anything. So yeah, that's been a pretty persistent and frustrating bug to have to see and deal with, because we want to know who we're playing against. I don't understand why there would be any kind of conspiracy to hide this, aside from skill-based matchmaking and trying to make people not get scared of playing against Prestige Masters, but what are you gonna do? If you can believe it, Black Ops 6 has been out for over half a year now, so people are going to be high ranks and you're just gonna have to deal with it. It doesn't necessarily mean that those people are ultra sweats or that they're always gonna be tryharding. It just means that they play the game a lot.
But I digress.
Now, when I logged on the game today, I did notice that they might have fixed this one UI issue where when you're switching between the play menu and the loadout menu, it would for some reason pull up your profile instead of going to the loadout. I feel like they fixed that bug. Now, that one was definitely a smaller bug, but I feel like they might have fixed and addressed that already. But one thing you guys might have noticed is that they have started advertising bundles in the loadout menu when you're just trying to make your classes and make your builds. Now, technically, before Season 4, this was already a thing. If you're going to pick different weapons, they were already showing different blueprints, and if you didn't own that weapon blueprint, you could go directly to the store and then decide if you wanted to buy that bundle or not. We've already kind of had this, but they've made it even more obvious. They're now showing an actual preview of the bundle basically next to every weapon that has a potential bundle in the game, and you can actually scroll through and see all of the bundles if you want. My best guess as to why they might be doing this is maybe people aren't buying enough bundles and they need to just keep shoving them in our faces. Dude, next thing you know, when you're going to change your graphics settings, there's going to be a bundle in there for something. Like, I don't even know. It's definitely kind of a weird thing, you know, like trying to psychologically get us to think more about the store bundles by showing them in as many places as they possibly can, like even the event tab as well. But that's still not the real problem with Call of Duty. I know a lot of people are obviously very upset about the focus on store bundles, but realistically, the teams that work on the bundles in the game, the cosmetics, they're not necessarily the exact same people that work on gameplay issues. But I want to get back on track and talk about gameplay related issues, because ever since Season 4 has dropped, the servers for this game, it doesn't matter what you're playing, although it seems to be mostly impacting Warzone players for sure, but the game's servers have just completely died. Now, personally, I feel like I'm getting off lucky because I haven't been running into the crashing issues that a lot of people seem to be running into, but I've definitely been playing in some very laggy lobbies, especially when you play the new Clash mode, which is basically Team Deathmatch in Warzone, which, by the way, out of everything that's been getting added so far with Season 4, Clash is actually a lot of fun. I just wish that the servers weren't so laggy, because it feels like you're basically playing Modern Warfare 2019 Ground War, except it's like just TDM with some fun gameplay modifiers and stuff. It's actually really fun to play, but the servers being so bad makes it unbearable. Like, the lag, the stuttering, it's genuinely a painful experience, and I don't understand how they can't afford to give us better servers when they're plastering store bundles. Like, I know I shouldn't be making those comparisons, but I can't help it. There is no way a game that is basically coming out with a new bundle every other day cannot afford to give us better servers. There's so many people playing Call of Duty. We pour in so much time, energy, and effort, and even money into this game. I just don't understand how they can't give us better servers. And this is the launch of a brand new season. This is when more people get on the game to check things out. And the fact that it's all just crumbling is just unbelievable. Crumbling. Servers. It's crumbling. Now, I will say that the experience is definitely not as bad in Black Ops 6's multiplayer, and some of the new maps, they're kind of fun to play. I need more time on them, honestly. I feel like they're kind of iffy, but ultimately, I really feel like I'm not gonna find myself getting back on Black Ops 6's multiplayer, even with a brand new season coming out, which is kind of insane to say, but that's why I want to tie it back to what I feel like is the real problem with Call of Duty at the moment. And even though the underlying issue resides in Black Ops 6's multiplayer, I feel like it's actually Warzone that has exposed this issue. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, Black Ops 6 and Warzone Season 3 brought back the return of Verdansk, but we all got shocked. Everyone was surprised when they decided to add a brand new type of mode into Warzone called Battle Royale Casual, where roughly 75% of the lobby is just bots that actually continuously respawn throughout the entire match, which allows you to get even more kills, and only 25% of the lobby is actual real players. And before we dive into this deeper, I do just want to preface this by saying I'm totally fine with the casual mode. I feel like it's a great place for new Warzone players, or even just like casual multiplayer and zombies players from Black Ops 6 to just have more fun in Verdansk, learn how to play Battle Royale, figure out Verdansk if they didn't play it originally. I feel like casual is actually a great thing to play and a great thing to have. However, this is all kind of changed with season 4, because here's the thing. When they first added BR casuals with season 3, you could only play BR casual quads, and as I'm sure you guys know, quads tends to be the most casual version of Battle Royale in Call of Duty because you have a squad of 4 people, and the tension of the match is heavily reduced when you have more teammates who can buy you back and also help you in gunfights. So yeah, BR casual quads in season 3 was basically as casual as it could get, and if you wanted to play regular Battle Royale, you had the option to play quads, trios, duos, or solos. Well, fast forward to season 4, and this is where things have gotten really weird. Because at the moment, for unknown reasons, Raven decided to remove regular Battle Royale solos, and instead, we now have the option to play Battle Royale casual solos, which follows a very similar format to Battle Royale casual quads, where 75% of the match is bots, and then the other 25% of the game is real players. And even though this might just seem like a simple playlist change, like an LTM at first glance, if Raven doesn't undo this or bring back regular Battle Royale solos at some point, it's going to cause some serious problems. Now, from my standpoint, I'm totally fine with BR casual solos because I've just been playing casual anyway, just kind of slowly and I guess you could say casually progressing Abyss camo, which is also helping me gain more XP. I really want to unlock Abyss camo. Ideally, I'll try to hit Prestige Legend to get level 1000 so I can get all those really dope Prestige Legend rewards. I am casually working towards that, and I just want to enjoy myself and have fun on that journey. And honestly, for what I'm trying to achieve, BR casual solos is actually a no-brainer. I find myself getting even more eliminations, more kills on average. I can progress these camos even faster. So for me, it's actually a win-win. But I can also acknowledge that this is a terrible decision for people who mostly wanted to play just regular Battle Royale solos before. Because as we've already established, quads with 4 players is the most casual way to play Battle Royale in Call of Duty, which means that solos is probably the sweatiest, most try-hard way to play the game. But players also take a lot of pride in being really good at playing solos. It's really tense, everything falls on your shoulders, and you can't really make a lot of mistakes, because if you do, you're going to lose and you're going to get knocked out pretty fast. Which is why when someone drops a 20 plus kill or 30 plus or even 40 plus kill game and they get the win in Warzone solos, it's very impressive. But here's the thing, man, it just doesn't hit the same in casual because most of those kills are going to be against bots, which just doesn't make it feel as rewarding. If you're trying to get high kill games or if you're just trying to get a win, it's not going to hit the same. It's not going to have the same impact because 75% of the match is filled up with bots, which means you're only really getting 25% of the win, 25% of the satisfaction. And since Raven has gotten rid of Battle Royale solos, there's no place for those players to find any kind of satisfaction in the game, except for maybe ranked play. But even then, if you go play ranked, I'm pretty sure it's trios, so you have to play in a squad of 3. And dude, I'm honestly so confused as to why they made this decision, because yes, while it is kind of nice to have the option to play casual solos if you want, they should not have gotten rid of regular solos in the process, because like we just established, solos is the sweatiest version of Battle Royale, which means all those players who still wants to play solos, they have to go play a casual mode now and just dump on people who are trying to figure out the game. And doesn't that pretty much completely defeat the purpose of having casual solos in the first place? If the sweats have nowhere else to go, if they can't play regular solos, they have to play casual solos, which means it's no longer going to be casual. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, in a nutshell, solo players on Battle Royale have gotten completely screwed over by this update, and they're going to be infiltrating and ruining the brand new casual solos mode because they literally have nowhere else to go. Now, I mean, you could be looking at my gameplay and thinking, oh my god, this guy's a sweat. Look how many kills he's getting in solos. But realistically, I'm not in here to try to get a high kill game or get a win. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to get my camos, dude. For me, it's not about sweating or try-harding with meta loadouts to try to get a high kill game or get a high kill win or even just get a win in general. For me, it's just about getting that nice shiny camo. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna play whatever is decently efficient so that way I can get it unlocked in a reasonable amount of time. Now, I know this is probably sounding like first world gamer problems or first world's Warzone player issues, and there is a chance that Raven could undo this. They could just bring back regular Battle Royale solos, and maybe they're just running a quick little test to see how the players react and how this affects the data behind the scenes. But regardless of whether that's truly the case or not, I've still been having this nagging feeling ever since Season 3 when they first added a bot mode into Warzone. And if you are someone who's still regularly playing Black Ops 6's multiplayer, then you might be feeling this as well, because here's the thing. prior to Season 3, I was still enjoying and playing Black Ops 6's multiplayer here and there. But ever since they added this bot mode into Warzone, I really have not been playing as much Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and you guys have probably noticed that too, because I haven't been making as many videos on Black Ops 6's multiplayer as well. And yes, while some of that has to do with lackluster events and the DLC, the stuff getting added in the seasons might not be as interesting, this is where the real problem, the real issue is stemming from. And I'm sure you guys know where I'm going with this because it's been talked about so many times, but it really does all fall back on the fucking skill-based matchmaking. The complete and utter lack of empathy towards how the COD community and how the COD players feel about skill-based matchmaking in these games is not only driving them up the wall, but it's also driving them away from the game itself. Because COD players like me, who typically mostly play multiplayer in these games, we are getting sick and tired of the constant sweating and tryharding in these matches. And realistically, ever since Season 3 came out, the only escape from that is the casual mode where you could just shoot bots and still get some kind of progression in XP and even unlock camos, which is weird because they also said that it's a limited progression mode, but that's also not necessarily true because you can play the casual mode and still progress quite a lot of different things in the game. And I feel like what's been happening with Black Ops 6 recently is that if you're getting tired of the constant sweating and tryharding and the ridiculous skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops 6's multiplayer, you've either A, quit playing the multiplayer, or B, you've gone ahead and switched over to Warzone and you're playing the casual mode because you still want to try to enjoy the game. You still want to try to progress through the game and rank up, prestige, whatever, and just try to enjoy the game, but you're now doing it in Warzone casual because you can play against bots and just kind of goof around and have fun, whereas in multiplayer, you feel like you can't do that. And I'm pretty sure I've said this on streams before, but I'll say it in this video. Battle Royale casual, whether it's quads or even solos now, has basically created a funnel or a vacuum that has sucked up all kinds of different players that otherwise might not really care about this mode or be all that interested, but the reason why they're doing it is because there is still progression. And I know it's kind of hypocritical to say that because I will play this mode to be able to rank up and get camos and stuff, but at the same time, it's also killing our drive to want to play anything that isn't a bot mode because this is the place to have fun. We can't even have fun playing against each other because of how sweaty gaming is just getting. And really the reason why I wanted to finally talk about this and kind of expose this issue with Call of Duty is because we've gotten to a point where the sweatiest of the Warzone players only have one place to go. They're now getting funneled into Battle Royale casual solos, and that place is no longer gonna be safe to play for people who really are casual players that just wanna have fun. And really what makes this situation even weirder is that multiplayer has no equivalent of this. There's nothing in Black Ops 6's multiplayer that you can truly just play for fun and just casually enjoy, except for maybe party games. I am glad that Treyarch has at least given us a separate party games tab where you can play things like prop hunts, gun game and stuff, but also at the same time, where's one in the chamber? I mean, that was announced with Season 4 and I guess it's just not here at launch. And if you try to play anything new in the game, like the Season 4 mosh pit, guess where all the sweats are going? They're going there because they want to go ahead and try hard on the brand new maps and try to get good gameplay or clips or whatever. And just to play devil's advocate a little bit, we have had online bots before in Call of Duty. You guys might have heard of this game called Black Ops 2. Yeah, I know, it's some of your guys' favorite Call of Duty game. They had online combat training in that game. You could play matches where it was a mix of real players and bots, but there was a significant difference there. They had limited progression, true limited progression, where you could not get camos in that mode, and you would also get a heavily reduced amount of XP for playing it. So really, it was for people who just wanted to, you know, goof around, get some kills, get some kill streaks and stuff, but there really wasn't a big incentive to keep playing that mode, especially if you're someone who was good, because of how limited the progression was. But even though a game like Black Ops 2 had an online combat training mode, you know, online bots and multiplayer, the game itself didn't have super strict skill-based matchmaking. And I just want to make it crystal clear. I'm not asking for them to truly give us limited progression and not allow us to earn camos or get decent XP rates from the casual mode. The true issue is skill-based matchmaking itself. At some point in the future, maybe when we finally get Black Ops 24, 50 years from now, maybe, just maybe, they'll finally wake up and realize that we want to have a more organic and natural feeling matchmaking system in the game where it feels like we're not being forced into certain matches based off of the things we do, and instead, it's just connection based, so that way the game actually feels good and people don't have to deal with the constant lagging and stuttering that we get almost every game now with Season 4. Because dude, even though it's fine and dandy that we can get XP and camos by killing bots in Warzone, this is most likely going to be coming to multiplayer at some point, and I don't want to see this being the path we go down. I don't want it to feel like we have to play multiplayer against bots because of how sweaty everything's getting. That's just stupid. It really just kind of feels like we're going down the wrong path here, and that's why I wanted to make this video and talk about this issue, because the real problem with Call of Duty at the moment is skill-based matchmaking, and the reason why we have bots in online multiplayer with full progression is because of how bad the system is. But real quick before we wrap up this video, I do want to show you guys this one match where I got killed by someone and I decided to spectate him because I thought this guy was going to be a demon in Battle Royale casual solos, but it turns out this guy ended up camping in a bunker for over 5 minutes. I thought this guy was gonna be some kind of Warzone demon, but no, he turned out to be the cutest, most timid, tiny little creature hiding in a bunker for pretty much the entire game. And even though I almost perished, I almost died multiple times of boredom from watching this guy play, it does go to show that Battle Royale casual solos does actually have some true casuals. It has some campers and people who just really don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure this guy was trying to camp in the bunker to get his first ever Warzone win, and he was probably gonna feel so good about it, beating on all those bots who basically can't even shoot straight. But I think being a human paperweight for the majority of this match iced this guy because he got into a 1v1 at the end and he lost. GG. But that's gonna do it for my little rant. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did and you want skill-based matchmaking to just get removed from Call of Duty, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys later.
Come. Train going.